and welcome to episode 2 of my Cosy Nook Book Club. As I mentioned in the last vlog, I'm not going to start a new work of fiction in December. I know that I personally won't be able to sit down or won't have the time to sit down and read it and then discuss it in the way that we need to for a book club. So I've given you the first 2 books of next year, Wintering by Catherine May and Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. And I've left the links to those books in the last vlog, but I'll also leave them in the description of this vlog so that if you want to, you can get them ahead of time. We'll start in January with Wintering by Catherine May because I think we may need it. I know I will. I read it last January and it was amazing. And then the Demon Copperhead for February. But I do want to keep the momentum of this lovely book club up. So I thought, seeing as we're coming into gifting season, or we're well and truly into it, I'd share with you some of my favourite books that you might love to give as gifts or add to your own gift list for yourself during this Christmas. But first of all, I'm going to start with a book that I need to explain because right off the bat, it's one that I have written. It's called The Little Book of Peace. I'll leave the link below and you can take a look at it. And the reason I am recommending this first is because I am already finding December challenging. So I'll tell you a story. I like to be busy. I don't like to be sat still. I like to be constantly on the go. I'm much more of a creative person than somebody that has the ability just to sit down and work through a project. I don't like the admin that comes with running the businesses that I run. I struggle with that and I find that more challenging than decorating a million places or doing things that are creative or managing people, you know, all of that sort of thing. Sitting still I find tricky. But, and I have found this already this season, when I'm running around and doing things, I get like massively overstimulated. And the burnout comes a lot sooner than if I was managing my time in a much more sort of gentle, sort of ploddy way, if that makes any sense. I have a child that's poorly at the moment, and it has been wonderful to have them at home because it's meant that I have kind of forced myself to sit down and work through the admin jobs in a very gentle way. You know, it's been lovely to sit there and be cozy. So I've reframed the admin and I've reframed it from something that I feel like I have to do, something that I'm not very good at, or something that makes me feel sort of almost like weirdly lazy if I'm sat down, which is ridiculous, to something that's very gentle and ploddy and cozy. And it means that not only have I got the jobs done, but I've also really enjoyed sitting there. And it's now meant that for sort of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be running around like a lunatic, getting ready for the Petworth Christmas Cracker, which is on Saturday. All of this stuff has to be done, but I want to enjoy all of it. You see, this is the crazy thing. I'm not going to have huge portions of my life be unenjoyable because I think that's nonsense. We're only here for a short time and I want to enjoy it all, especially if it all has to be done anyway. There's 2 chapters in this book, and I wrote this book a few years ago when my children were tiny, but every single bit of it applies to today. And the more you get to know me, the more you'll realise that it is vital for me to have peace in all aspects of my life. Peace in work, peace at home, peace with my family, peace in relationships, peace with finances, peace with creative projects. You know, if there's a lack of peace in any part of my life, peace with myself, the relationship I have with myself, if there's a lack of peace in any of that, none of it works. There's a chapter 21, so it's 101 inspiring ways to add peace to your life, work, home and dreams. Chapter 21 is entitled Lazy. Doing nothing is not what I would call laziness. Sometimes it's vital that we do nothing or we'll burn out. So that's for me right now, absolutely. Being nothing is certainly what I would call laziness. In fact, I'd go a step further and call it stealing. By not being the person you were meant to be, you are robbing the rest of us of you. Unique, precious, wonderful you. Be love, be kindness, be wisdom, be generosity, be entrepreneurial, be a ball breaker, be a lone voice, be peaceful, but just be. And then the next chapter, which is weirdly chapter 22, is entitled Stop Right Now. And this is perfect because it's just on the back of American Thanksgiving. Stop right now. No matter what you're doing, stop. Now look around and list 10 things that you're thankful for. And then I won't read the whole thing, but it's just things like the hot cup of tea I've just made, the music playing on the radio, my computer working, because my computer never works. So it's little bites of peace, or the way you can sort of gain peace in your life. That's what the entire book is about. It was written off the back of an extraordinarily difficult time in life for me and for my little family at the time. It was written quite a few years ago. But you might like it at this time of year particularly, and also going into January, which can be quite difficult for some people. So I'll leave the link to that below, The Little Book of Peace by me. Okay, now let's move on to some gorgeousness. I'm starting this sort of gifty section with this one, the Devol kitchen. I got this for my birthday last year, so 2023. I asked for it and my children got it for me. I watched the Devol kitchen. Is it called For the Love of Kitchens on Discovery? And I had to have the book. The series is beautiful and wonderful, so if you can see it, then please do. But this book, I've recommended this book to so many people. It's the most gorgeous. I'm trying to find a picture that I can show you. Look, I mean, it's just English country, traditional, but with a modern twist. And they're such gorgeous people. The craftsmanship, the way they style, the way they reuse and recycle. I can't say enough about Devol Kitchens. Follow them on Instagram, but also this book, and also the people in the TV show. They're so sort of, well, they're just lovely to watch. They just feel and they seem like such lovely people. So you will, if you get this for yourself, you will pore over it, and you will find something to inspire you in your own home on every single page. If you buy it for someone else, I mean, look, not many of us in life are going to be lucky enough to have a Devol kitchen. I get that. And that's why I love it when brands like this, who are sort of high-end brands, decide to bring books out, because what it means is that we can have a little piece of Devol in our own homes. So yes, the Devol kitchen. It's published by Ebury, and I will put a link to it in the description. The next one is absolutely bonkers. I asked for this years and years ago. I was given it for Christmas, and it is The Drawing Room. Again, these books are just fantasy, lifestyle porn, if you like. The Drawing Room, with the subtitle English Country House Decoration. It just takes you through the most extraordinary, I don't want to get too much of a reflection, extraordinary English country houses. They're very traditional. They're very large. They're very old, and they're incredibly ornate. But they are absolutely stunning. I loved this so much, and it's again one of those books that you would just sit and pore over during sort of Boxing Day or Betwixtmas. It's a beautiful book. It's by Rizzoli, so it's one of those really heavy coffee table books. It's quite expensive, So it's certainly a coffee table book. I have it out all the time, and I pick it up as well, and just sort of look through it with a cup of tea occasionally. It's got a foreword by Julian Fellowes, who wrote Downton, and it's just very beautiful. It sort of draws you into a world which is bonkers, but a world which is very, very English, although I'm not sure. Yeah, well, it says English country house decoration, but I'm not sure if some of them are in Wales or Ireland or Scotland. I'd have to go back and have a look at that, because I don't want to say it's just purely English when it's British. But look at that. I mean, some of the colours in these rooms. If you're after traditional English country decor, which is going to cost you an arm and a leg most probably, then this is the book for you. I love having books like this around. They make me feel good because I just find the images so inspiring. But let me know what you think, if you've had a look through it already, or you may even have it. So keep me posted. The fourth and final book in this book club is on a different, well, it's sort of a variation on a theme really, which is English country decor. And it is, of course, the classic Perfect English Cottage by Ros Byamshaw. Follow her Instagram account. It is gorgeous, and all of her books are absolutely gorgeous, but I'm starting with this absolute classic, which is the Perfect English Cottage. I'm so inspired by this book. I just think it's absolutely wonderful. Look at this, look at this. It's that fabulous sort of tattered English cottage style that never ever really goes out of fashion. There is so much that will inspire you in this book. And what I love is that it's full of houses where I describe them as, it doesn't matter if the dog climbs on the furniture because it's all so gorgeous. I mean, this is quality decor, but you can throw it all in the wash. And I love that. That's what I have to try and produce here, because we have a dog, and B, we're in the middle of the woods, so it does get muddy. The dog does jump on the sofa with muddy paws. You know, I know that Ned came home from football the other day, didn't take his studs off and just walked it all through the, I was like, but it didn't matter. It wasn't a disaster. And this is what this book gives you. Decor in that style. It's so beautiful. Look at the kitchens. Oh, it's all so lovely. So look, this is just lifestyle, and sort of 3 different types of it. It's perfect for this time of year, like I said, if you're gifting, or if you are creating a list for people to buy for you, or if you just want to buy it for yourself. I bought this for myself because I wanted it, and that was a good enough reason. I hope you've enjoyed this Cosy Nook Book Club. This is slightly different, and I'm going to be doing these types of vlogs in the month of December. Well, certainly up until Christmas, because it might help you with any presents or gifts. And it means also that you're building your book collection if they are for you. Have a lovely, lovely day. I'll see you again on Thursday for my sort of version of Vlogmas, but it's not daily, so it's just an extra episode because life is so busy at the minute, but there's also so much that I want to share with you. So have a lovely, lovely day. I'll see you Thursday, and lots of love.